Welcome to the Corey and Cait podcast.
Welcome to the Corey and Cait
I'm Corey,
podcast.
and this is Cait.
That's me. We're trying a new kind of format today, and we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, we got some new stuff. So we've been doing this for, not very long. And basically, we are at the point in our YouTube career.
Yes.
I'm calling this a career because
it's a career.
Haven't had a lot of success in other things. So this is now.
This is our new career.
This is the career. This is the career. So yeah, we got a bunch of different ideas. We're getting some good feedback. People are giving us feedback, which is impressive. Like, your audio sucks. Your lighting sucks. Your camera sucks. Everything sucks. I like it. It's really good. I think it's really good when people give proper feedback. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I can actually improve now.
Well,
versus me sitting here like, who doesn't enjoy a blurry camera and, poorly lit area with
and like terrible audio.
Crap audio. I don't know who doesn't enjoy that. I mean, that was kind of like the thing we were going for. We're like, you know what? We're going to hit them with something that is so low quality, it'll blow their mind. People told us they didn't like that.
They didn't like that part?
No, they didn't like that. So we're getting better. We're improving.
But they did say that they enjoyed what we're making, so.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. No, feedback
nice
is honest feedback is killer.
So valuable.
A lot of people don't.
So
they just like look at it and they're like, yeah, it sucks, and don't say anything else.
It's like, I want to know why it
They
sucks.
comment and they're like, yeah, it's really bad. Stop wasting your time. No, good. I really appreciate anyone who gives us feedback. It's extremely helpful. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Totally agree.
Even if it's very negative and mean, I want to hear it. Please do tell me.
Yeah. You don't need to sugarcoat anything.
Don't sugarcoat it. Anyways, okay, so the new thing we're doing this week, we have one of the new videos we're going to be doing every single week. We're going to try it. If you guys don't like it, let us know. If you like it, great.
And we'll see if we like it too.
And we'll see if we like it. So this is welcome to the Corey and Cait, What Happened This Week.
Yeah.
Where we talk about what happened this week.
Well, and Corey's you're making it so generic. It's like, I wanted it to be like strange and weird things or like unusual things.
It's things
interesting
things that the news actually, I don't know. Where do we find this? We find this in the news. But more so this is stuff that you need to know. You don't need to go to CNN, the National, the Post,
you
Washington
just have to
Post.
watch this.
You don't need to do anything. You just need to watch this because this is pretty much every week the news that you need to know.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
So who's starting this off? You can start.
I can start. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you're more prepared anyways.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to bring up today is there's been a few brands that have actually hit it off on TikTok recently. And one of them it's called Rae, R-A-E. Mm-hmm. And they have this new product it's basically a metabolism dropper. So it's like a little dropper bottle that this was super, super successful on TikTok and it's gone viral on TikTok.
It's a metabolism dropper.
Yeah, it's called like a metabolism booster, but it's like a liquid that you put in like your coffee or your juice or your water or whatever.
Oh, this sounds so genius.
Yeah, I know it's amazing
to market this
and it's
so
like,
bad.
I'll go to the website here. The ingredients are raspberry ketones,
of course,
and taurine.
No avocado?
No avocado.
How about coconut oil?
None of that.
Come on.
But it does, like what it says, it says food is fuel. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Food is fuel. And this is like an energetic, like metabolizes all your fat and carbs really fast. But
so it's a fat shredder. You drop this in your tea and bam, you're
like 5 pounds lighter the next day.
You're just soaking, I don't know how metabolism works, but essentially it's just like doing its thing quicker.
It's like, shedding a skin. You're a whole new person the next day.
Nothing against this brand. I think this is a genius idea. And I think it's hurting me when you tell me this because I didn't know this was a product that existed. And I heard about the TikTok thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this was the product. And now this is hurting even more because this is so genius.
I know.
I think we need to come out with our own because this doesn't have avocado and it doesn't have coconut oil. And if you added the avocado and the coconut oil and then put the word organic on there, I think we'd sell more.
Yeah, and like a slightly better label, but
it's plain. It's simple though. I like it. It's clean.
Yeah.
Rae Metabolism, R-A-E, currently unavailable because it went viral and everybody's now shrinking in size.
Exactly. So you better be jealous.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. So we had viral marketing on TikTok. This is new because TikTok is kind of the unknown wild, wild west at the moment.
Especially when it comes to marketing.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of brands it's a thing where how do you market similar to Vine? No one really knew what to do with Vine. No one knew how to advertise, market, because you have a 15-second window on what basically. I mean, you can go like a minute on TikTok, but you kind of have that 15-second window.
The first 6 seconds of someone watching.
So when I heard that this happened, I'm like, this is genius. TikTok is made for before and after products. Like I guarantee, I mean, something's going to come up, something will come in, like just like Facebook. Mind you, TikTok's Chinese, so they probably won't. But unlike Facebook, where you can't do before and afters, it's just against their terms and conditions. But with TikTok, 15 seconds, it's a perfect platform for before and after.
There's no like rules stating you can't do that.
Well, if this is on there, there's obviously, I mean, it's too new that I doubt they have anything. So this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I bet you a lot of people will start jumping on this because before and after stuff, you can't touch it with Instagram. You can't touch it with Facebook. It's very, very hard.
Well, any kind of supplement, anything that's like not based on the science or FDA approved, which this is not FDA approved.
TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok all the way.
That's where you got to go.
I'm going to TikTok. I'm going to start developing after this podcast. All right. That's cool. Okay. So that's one of the things you got.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my turn.
Yeah. Your turn.
All right. We got big stuff. All
right. I'm ready.
All right. This week, one of the biggest things that happened was, now don't quote me, I don't know if it actually happened this week. It may have happened in the last like 8 days, 9 days, something like that.
Okay.
We had our first ever thruple on House Hunters International. For those of you who don't know what a thruple is, like myself, I didn't know what this was 8 days ago. This is a couple with a third person, with an extra person.
A
thruple.
A third pole.
A third person. Now, here's the interesting thing. I was reading about this thruple. So it was a thruple, 3 people. It was a guy and two ladies. They were looking for a house.
Not like the other way around.
Not the other way around.
2 guys and 1 girl. It's 2 girls and 1 guy.
That'd be weird. That'd be really weird.
Yeah.
But anyways, 1 guy, 2 girls. They were looking for a house for this throuple that would accommodate their needs, whatever they may be. Apparently, the media went crazy, and everyone was like, "Oh, this show is so progressive. This is great. Blah 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 blah. This is amazing. Forward thinking." And then I was sitting there because I'm sitting here like I've never heard of a throuple. I've never really heard of this term throuple. And then I'm like, "What's the difference between a throuple and polygamy?"
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah, so wait, this is the thing. I got confused because I'm like, I get it. I mean, there's shows on like polygamy and like polygamists, and that's just like you've seen shows on that.
Yeah,
and it's totally illegal. Like it's illegal in the U.S. However,
you can't be married to more than 1 person.
Yeah, something like that. So it's illegal. Which as I was sitting there, like, oh, this is weird. Like people are saying this is like this is forward thinking and progressive. But I'm also like, but then if you worded you worded it as polygamy
in the 1800s,
right? If you worded it as polygamy, it'd be like super backlash, I think.
And it's just the wording,
right? But now I googled that, had a little looky. So there is another term called polyamory. If you are a polygamist, it's either like, 1 guy with multiple women.
Okay.
Or be 1 woman with multiple men. That's polygamy, okay?
Okay. Well,
yes. A polyamory relationship is when you have multiple people, but those multiple people can have like additional relationships.
So
it's not
it could be like 2 couples in a relationship with each other.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like say if it was me, you, and then like 1, 2, 3 other women. It could be like
it's like mixed sexes.
You can there could be like another guy in that relationship, and you could have a relationship with me and him, and I could have a relationship with you and somebody else. Yeah. I think that's polyamory. Weird. I don't know if this thruple thing falls within that category or if it falls within the polygamy category. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
That's very interesting. I wonder what their needs were on House Hunters because I feel like they would just.
I think it was probably
like a king size bed.
3 bedrooms or 1 bedroom. I don't know.
Yeah, what is that called? It's called like a California king size bed.
California king. I think you'd have to have a California king.
Yeah, you would.
Interesting stuff though. I thought that was fascinating.
I had never heard.
Is it polygamy? Is it polyamory?
That's a good question.
I don't know, but
you can. Let us know. Like, what do you
curious
think?
to hear your feedback. I thought it was just fascinating, especially like feedback, because you had like a lot of negative feedback and you had a lot of positive feedback. I don't understand it enough to have an opinion on it, other than I don't fully understand it.
And obviously, it's controversial.
Yeah, it's gonna be controversial.
Cutting edge.
But that was it. Yeah, first throuple on House Hunters International. Big top hitting news.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big need to know. Big need to know.
And now you know.
Now, what else we got?
Okay, next. So here in Vancouver,
yep,
there's actually been a vending machine installed near some building. Don't
tell me this is a vending machine for facial masks.
No. Okay. No. It is actually a vending machine for a substance that is actually twice the strength as heroin.
Fentanyl?
It's fentanyl free, which is the whole point.
What?
So it's actually called, it's dilly. is like the street name.
There's a new drug called Dilly,
Yeah.
which you can get in a vending machine in Vancouver, and it's
Vancouver.
twice the strength of fentanyl. Oh no, it's twice the strength of heroin.
Yeah.
It's not fentanyl.
Well, because fentanyl is what kills people,
What?
and that's what's poisoning people, especially in East Van, right?
Holy cow.
So people, instead of giving pure heroin to people, they're cutting it with fentanyl and killing people. And so what this doctor and a few other companies have come with, like, their solution is like provide like a pure substance where people can actually come off of heroin that is clean and it's like free access.
Is this like, what is that? What's that drug they give people who are like recovering heroin addicts?
I can't think of it right now.
I'm thinking modafinil, but modafinil is something else, isn't it? Isn't modafinil like some kind of nootropic? What the heck is it called?
It's leaving my mind right now.
Gosh, it's like a legal heroin, right? Methadone. That's it. Methadone.
Yeah, that's it right
So
there.
so what you're saying is,
Okay.
because obviously, for those of you who aren't from Vancouver or
Yeah.
aren't familiar with Vancouver, Vancouver has one of the worst heroin fentanyl epidemics in North America. It's really, really bad. There's this part of Vancouver called East Van, and Hastings Street is like the big, super popular. East Hastings is kind of like the area, and it's really, really bad. If you drive down here, it's tough. That's interesting because obviously, if people are on heroin or fentanyl and they want to get off, they're going to have to see a doctor. They're going to have to go through the withdrawals, and they would be put on methadone. Methadone is what they're put on, and generally you're on methadone for years.
And you have to show up at a certain place at a certain time at the same time every single day in order to get your dose.
You can't. I don't think. I mean, at least in the beginning, I don't think they stock you up. But what you're saying though is that these people in Vancouver, these doctors, they've created a vending machine that basically addicts can go to. So instead of going to their normal drug dealer and getting their heroin or getting their fentanyl, which you don't even know what's in there, you don't know what kind of a dose this is. 'Cause I think that what the big struggle is in Vancouver is they'll be buying heroin, but they'll actually be buying fentanyl
And be poisoned.
Fentanyl is 50 times more potent
Yes.
than heroin. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. That's a good point.
People are dying like all the time
And
from
they're
fentanyl.
so they have this new thing.
It's called, the new drug is called Dilaudid, but it's
Interesting.
actually called hydromorphone.
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 I wonder what that actually is. Like, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So,
But-
but essentially, it's clean, and
It's a pure substance.
I bet you. I mean, it's probably sitting at like a needle exchange. Is where you go. You go to like the needle exchange and you do this.
Yeah,
Interesting.
like apparently there's like 30 different centers that people can go to within Vancouver, and this is just next door to one of those facilities. And basically all you do is you're first screened. You have to meet up with someone and they go over your history and they ask you about your feelings and stuff.
Well, they don't want people just walking in there and getting on this stuff because it's probably highly addictive.
Yeah.
So I'm sure people who would take it, that like they want to actually make sure you are addicted, and now you
Exactly.
can take something that's a little bit
Yeah,
better.
and all you do is you walk up to the machine and it's a handprint. You put your hand on this this scanner, and then it asks you questions about how you're feeling at that moment, and then it'll give you these pills, like little pills.
Oh wow! I wonder if it actually I wonder if it gives you different doses based on how you're feeling. I don't know.
But what it also says is like you can take out of the machine up to 4 times a day, and there just has to be a 2-hour window in between each time that you're going.
That is actually so smart.
Yeah.
Like I mean, obviously, how is that funded? I don't know. It probably comes back to the taxpayer.
It's sponsored.
Maybe it's sponsored.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's really
it's separate from the government. It's like a UBC teacher at University of British Columbia. It's like a teacher there that had the idea, and then it was, I guess he said it when there was a bunch of press around, and then some company that had heard the press thought it was a great idea and said, hey, I'll fund this. I'll give you the drugs.
Wow. That's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what that could turn into, because I know they have like needle exchanges and you can do all that kind of stuff, but to actually kind of give people clean stuff. Yeah. Interesting.
That's happening in our own city.
Well, there we go. Vancouver news. That's local. There we go. Okay, next one. There was a Italian restaurant in Australia.
Okay.
They're called Pellegrini's Italian Restaurant. They made a pizza. Guess how long?
20 feet.
20 feet. No, it's 338 feet.
What?
They made a pizza. Pellegrini's made a pizza that is 338 feet. And if you don't know how
past week?
big, if you don't know how big a 338 feet pizza is, a football field is 300 feet.
How
A
is
football
this
field
possible?
is a football field that's 300 feet. This pizza is 38 feet beyond
a football field. How is this pizza not moldy? It would take so long to put together.
No idea how they would have made this, but they made it for, it was like a fundraiser for all the bushfires in Australia. So it made 4,000 slices of pizza. 4,000 slices of pizza. Anyone could come, basically get the pizza, and then there was obviously a big fundraiser to raise money for people who were affected by all the fires that were going on in Australia. But like,
which is like
crazy.
A lot of people.
I don't know if that's a world record. It might be, because I don't know how you would measure, because like this one is like long, right? This isn't like a.
It was like a square, a rectangle pizza.
Yeah, it's not like a square pizza or like a round pizza. This is a
football field.
Freaking like road. It's like a road. You could. Wow. It's huge. Anyways, yeah, nearly 350 feet pizza. Be amazing. I wonder if like a multi-flavor.
Multi-flavor,
like as you go down, it's like
Hawaiian,
different flavors as you're moving down. That'd be really cool. Yeah, so that's it. So yeah, we got a pizza, big pizza.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean Australia needs it, so
yeah,
that's great.
No, definitely.
Sweet. Okay, next topic. So let's actually see. I think the next one that I find super interesting is
going back to that. Yeah. Going back to the whole like vending machine with the whole drugs. I was like, you know what? I bet you people are putting coronavirus masks in a vending machine. I was like, I bet you if you put those, because here's the thing, the sales of those masks, when obviously coronavirus broke out, the sales of those masks skyrocketed. And I was just like, well, if somebody just put vending machines all over the cities and then put those masks in there, they probably sell a ton.
Apparently Amazon is sold out. Like
interesting.
Everything on Amazon is sold out for this coronavirus. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. It's like, like when I woke up this morning and I go on the news and it's like Italy is now just went from having 3 cases of coronavirus to something like 130, 150 cases within a weekend. So basically within a 2-day span, they went from 3 people or 3 cases to nearly 150 cases, which is crazy. I think wild. It's hard to keep up with this, because you hear mixed things of like, oh, it's not a big issue. Then you hear it's like, holy cow, we went from 3 to 150. Like you start hearing these numbers and you're like, that seems excessive. Like that went up like 1,000% in what I'm not. Don't judge my math. But you went up like 1,000% in a couple of days. I don't really know how bad it is. It sounds really bad. I mean, you see all the stuff that's going on in China. It sounds terrible.
Yes.
But and then obviously people are sold out all these masks everywhere. But yeah, you don't really know, because it's like, is the news making it worse than it really is, or is China not giving valid data to World Health Organization? Don't really know. But from what I'm seeing, I mean, like the numbers. Last time I looked, they were doing a comparison of coronavirus and SARS, and it was something like coronavirus is like getting close to or just surpassing SARS,
or the death toll.
The death toll of SARS, which is somewhere around 700 to 800 people, but now it's up like beyond 2,000. So for a coronavirus. So yeah, you don't. I obviously it's getting worse, but at the same time, like you just don't know, because you're getting conflicting information.
You don't know what to believe, because certain sources that I've heard say that like they're also questioning like what's happening with children, because children apparently I heard that it was children and seniors that were getting sick, but apparently children are not getting sick, and they're wondering. So I don't even know. It's hard to know what's true and what's not about the coronavirus. But one thing, the thing I wanted to bring up about the coronavirus was in New York, there was this little shop, and they had put up signs that basically they were selling this like doomsday kit.
These guys, these marketers.
Yeah, it's like
the
they
preppers.
were just keeping
this is it. The preppers are coming out. They were just keeping
these like obviously they were selling for like $16 or something like that, and you get a suit and goggles and a cap and gloves and booties and like the whole 9 yards.
These people are fast.
Yeah,
they're fast. Even if they don't have like, maybe this is an existing company, maybe it's a new company, whatever. But these people, when like anything happens, it's just like product.
Yeah.
Product. What do we got? We got mask, goggles, and full body suit. How much? $20.
And you're just playing on people's fear, obviously. Yeah. And these were just sitting in some kind of warehouse for who knows how long before.
Oh, right? it's just Oberlo.
Yeah.
It's just AliExpress.
It's like China.
It's just a quick phone call. Hello, do you have full body suits? Hello, do you have face masks? Hello, do you have goggles? Can you just like put that in a bag and then take it to my warehouse tomorrow?
Yeah. That's how it works. And well, the weird thing is, like, even though masks are basically sold
SaveYourself.com. SaveYourself.com. I'm getting all these ideas. I gotta look at this guy because maybe we got, and then the metabolism thing.
I know.
We put the metabolism. It's like you need to get this, so it's like okay, you need the full body suit with the goggles, with the face masks.
Corey just
then
likes
you get
trolling the world.
Disinfect. I need a disinfectant spray. You can get a little like carrier because the bodysuit we can get a little configuration where a tool belt, a little spray, like a disinfectant spray. So people come near, you can go. Psst. And then on the gloves, you could have a thing where it's like you do this, some kind of action, and it's like
Spider-Man.
No, Purell.
Yeah,
the Purell spray. So it's like,
but that is Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. But it's just like boom, and it's like
hand sanitizer.
Yeah, it just sits there, and so you can
you don't even have to open the bottle. It's just like whoosh.
Well, depending on how you do it, so I could like be coming over to you and be like, and then like maybe if I do like a big wick, like whatever this is called.
Then it sprays the other person.
Yeah, well, it's just like it shoots over onto your hands, and it's like boom. Or if like a little one, it's just like it goes into my hand, then I can like clean my hands.
Well,
that's genius, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant, Corey.
That might be too far, that thing. But I think the spray bottle.
I don't know. I think people are into that. Everyone's always wanted to be
and maybe
Spider-Man.
that you could. Oh, you know what you could do?
What?
That ray serum for the metabolism. You rebrand that. So instead of saying like, okay, this is this will boost your metabolism. This is a cleanser. So it's like when the virus goes in. This is so bad. It's like fake news. Anyways, this is just like these are ideas. These are ideas, product ideas for other people.
Okay, for other people, anyone who wants.
This is like an instant detox. So essentially, you take this stuff, whatever. I don't know what that ray stuff.
It's a cure.
No, I wouldn't. No, you can't market it as that. You can't market it as that.
That's technically what you're trying to sell.
Okay, never mind. Bad idea. Can't sell that stuff.
Right, like cleansing the virus out of you.
Selling something that's saying it's gonna like 10 extra metabolism.
I know it's total bull crap.
Yeah, like I mean that's pretty. I don't know. It's like drinking water. Just drink water to like flush your system.
Literally, your liver will do all the detoxing you need.
I know. We watched that video on, is it Netflix or something? It was a detox video.
Yeah.
And basically how like detox is just
debunking.
a total just joke.
Because your body naturally detoxes. That's like the whole system in your gut is built for detoxing your body.
Yeah. So anytime you ever see a product that's like, an instant weight loss or a detox is the worst because here's the thing with detox. Detox is so easy to market. It's so easy. Like there's so many ways that you can rebrand this, just like reposition detox in general because it's so fluffy and no one like if I said, how does detox work? You have no idea. No one really knows. They're like, I eat healthy vegetables.
And it cleanses my system.
Like, maybe, if you ate like a pure thing of ginger, maybe that's going to shock your system and it's going to be like, what the crap is in me? Like, get this out. That's what a detox is. Or you have like those like nasty shots. You pay like $10 for like a shot and it's like detox shot.
Like wheatgrass kind of thing.
Yeah, wheatgrass. But I think there's like ones that are even worse than that where it's like, it's $10 for this shot, and then like I'll go to like, there's like those healthy juice bars around town and they'll have these little, I don't mind buying like the big like protein shakes, the big juice stuff. It's good. Like I'll buy it because I like the taste of it. It's just, it's good. But then they'll sell like these little itty bitty shots. And I'm looking at this stuff and it's like habanero shot.
What? It's
pure
just a pepper?
Ginger shot. And I'm like,
it's just
why?
You're just like going up in flames.
Yeah. I remember like a company I worked at a while ago, they had there was this perk where they would just basically, there's like this juice company would deliver juices. And they were good. Like I really liked them. They were all good. But once in a while, they would like throw in shots, these little itty bitty shots, and they were like, like the freaking habanero pepper shots.
Habanero pepper.
I'm not sure. Habanero, is that how you say it? Well, they have like the pure ginger ones, but they would have these like crazy potent shots.
No, you'd be like,
well, it's called like a detox or like a cleanser or whatever. But my body is dying. Like I take this.
I mean, it's not bad for you, right?
Maybe it's not bad, but it's just like. This is nuts. This is nuts. Like I would just like you just like sniff it and like die.
Pepper.
Oh, it's brutal. So anyways, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe I'm not, I don't study this stuff, but maybe it's good for you and stuff. I feel like it's a detox world in general just goes a little far. And, and as far as marketing goes, you can market the crap out of this stuff.
Right? Because it is vague. They don't have like a step-by-step system of like how it actually works or anything. And like the science that it's based off of is fabricated.
Well, I think in the idea of like when you say, okay, you could, let's say you've had a bad week and you maybe haven't worked out a lot and you've eaten kind of crappy and, just had a bunch of junky food. The idea of detoxing and saying, okay, I'm going to give my body a break. and I'm going to like go on a cleanse.
Like a juice cleanse.
Or juice cleanse. I mean, okay, there's nothing, not that's sure, I'm sure it's healthy for you. I'm sure it's good, but to like market it as a cleanse or a detox, I don't know.
It's just not true.
I don't know.
That's what it is. It's like you're not being honest with the consumer.
But I'm all for those juices because they're so good. I just can't.
I love
like,
ginger shots.
I would just love to know, like, if I bought
Especially
one
with
of those
lemon ginger shot
every day, they're expensive.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
and I found out that those wheatgrass shots,
Yeah.
wheatgrass, a human cannot actually break down wheatgrass. It just goes right through you.
Incredible.
So you don't even absorb the benefits of wheatgrass. How funny is that?
I don't want wheatgrass
That's
either
a
way.
full-on scam. Or it was just like misinterpreted because
Yeah.
they
I mean,
study
I like the
wheatgrass and
taste.
they're like, wow, there's so many benefits in here. And
Yeah.
you think that, but you can't even absorb it.
Anyways, that has nothing to do with news this week, but there's a tangent on overpriced juicies
And just like marketing.
and marketing. That was crazy. I was like, that just turned into talking about like coronavirus bodysuit sales
And
into
then,
juices,
Which
detoxes.
could detox the coronavirus out of your body.
Oh gosh.
That's
okay,
the whole
we're
idea,
gonna stop.
right?
No more product ideas over here. Don't listen to us. It's
Well, do you have
terrible.
one more thing?
Oh, do I have more news? Big news. Big news. Al Pacino broke up with his girlfriend.
Oh my goodness.
No idea how to say her name. Mrs. DeHall. Metal DeHall. That's not right. That's not right at all. But
How do you spell it?
Meital. Metal?
Metal.
Metal?
I don't know.
Metal? Oh, maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's foreign. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's foreign.
Sounds foreign. Must be. Anyways, yeah. So he broke up with his girlfriend. Big news. Big news.
Why did
he also?
break up?
They just released the new series Hunter on Amazon Prime. That's how I heard about this. Heard about this new show on Amazon Prime called Hunters. Looks kind of cool. But yeah. So he broke up, or no, his girlfriend broke up with Al Pacino.
Why would she do that?
Why would she do this? Well, this is all part of investigative work here. So this is what I did. I dug into this. And to get to the bottom of this, because it was very important. And I learned that there is a 39-year age gap between Al Pacino and Metal Dohan. Yeah, he's 79. He's 79 and she's 40.
Wait,
Now,
so she broke up with him because he's like too old for
too,
her?
Too
Him?
old. Yeah,
For
she said it was too difficult. It was getting difficult. It was either too difficult or it was getting difficult.
Like she didn't want to be a caretaker.
Well, let's think
in his
about
old
this.
age.
Let's think about this. You would have to live another, 12 years, 13 years before you're her age. So in
His age? Or
her age.
Oh,
so
me.
basically
I see.
you'd have to be alive for another like 12 years before your future boyfriend
It's
is
80.
born. We're getting there.
What?
We're going to go slow. This is
okay.
very difficult for you, I
Yeah,
can tell.
I'm not getting what you're saying.
You at
Me-
your age,
At me
would-
age.
me age,
Yes.
yes. You would have to live for another 12 years before you're 40 because you're 20.
Yes.
You're 28.
Yes, correct.
Correct.
True, correct.
Ooh. Ooh. I think people are getting an idea of what I live with, what I deal with on a daily basis.
You don't understand. It's Mercury retrograde right now.
I don't even know what that means. We're not getting in.
Okay,
we're
fine.
not getting into this stuff on this podcast.
It mixes up communication and technology.
Apparently, there's a high level of mercury in the world right now, and this
That's
is why
not how
it's
it
tripping
works.
Cait up.
That's not how it works.
It's not. We'll get into it later.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
So you'd have to live 12 more years before
So
you're
imagine I'm 40.
You're
okay?
40. Well, no, you're not 40. In 12 years, your future boyfriend is born. Born.
And then how are we connecting this to the
Well,
story?
then 39 years later, you're 79 and he is 40. And then you guys
We get married.
start dating.
We start dating.
Yeah.
We get married. And then he breaks up with me.
But how
because I'm
crazy,
such
just-
a wrinkly old lady.
Well, I think that's crazy to think. Like, I mean, Al Pacino is super cool. I love all of his movies. He's an amazing actor. But like that, and I mean, hey, if you're 79 and you can get a 40-year-old, like, wow, that's impressive.
It is.
It is. But I was sitting there like those, like I can hardly, when I'm 29 and like
Did
I
you
have
just marry him for the money?
I have a younger brother
and
who's
the fame.
something like 15, right? 15, 16, something like that. I think
Yes.
he's around that
He's
age,
15.
15.
He's 15.
Talking to him, I'm like, trying to understand Snapchat and the things that he does that I'm just sitting here like, what are you talking about?
What is
like? I'll be sitting like, what's crazy is like we grew up.
We're still millennials.
We grew up with MSN, and we grew up with MSN, MySpace, and then turned into Facebook and all this other stuff that happened. And we kind of like went through that and like actually like messaging people. And then you go like into the world of a 15-year-old on Snapchat, and it's just like I'm watching. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? He literally is, I mean, okay, I don't have a phone on me. Let's imagine this is a phone. It's just like, he'll be sitting there and it's just like, click, 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 click.
Yep.
There is a huge difference, like a huge difference between how I perceive communication and how he perceives communication, especially when you look at with Snapchat.
Generational difference.
And I get it. Like I asked him, I'm like, what's the point of you taking photos on Snapchat to send to people? And he's like, and what he said was, it gives instead of like messaging where it's just like we're having a conversation, this gives people the idea, like it gives them a understanding of your surroundings, your environment, what's going on, which makes total sense. Because when I'm messaging people, I have no idea where they are, I have no idea what they're doing, I have no idea what's going on.
It actually connects you to that person,
which is cool because it's like, yeah, if I like let's say I send a message like, hey, what's up, and then take a photo of me or where I am or whatever, it's like, oh, now I can say I know where he is, or I know where you are.
It skips a lot of the conversation because I remember texting being like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just in my room. Okay, what are you doing? I'm watching a movie.
That's a 15-year gap, right? And I'm sitting there like, why are you taking photos on Snapchat and sending it to like a gazillion people? And they're like really weird. Like I'll like a photo and like half of his face is in the photo and the rest of it's just like a bush. It's weird. Like whatever.
Just like strange angles.
It is what it is. But
getting to know people.
But that's 15 years, right? And you think of Al Pacino and his girlfriend. That's 39 years. So that's like over two and a half times that.
Well, and if you think of how much the world has changed in that time between his birth and her birth.
That's what I mean. It's like her world and her perception of life is completely different from his. I'm all for it. If you can, have a girlfriend at that age when you're that old, like that's cool. But that it's also crazy. Like it would be so weird having conversations because even, like
how deep can you actually connect to a person that's like that much older than you?
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Or I'm sure you can, but like, I don't know. Obviously if she left him, she didn't want to be with him till he died.
Yeah. Well, it's like love? Talking. It's like, okay. Like, when you're at your grandma's house and your grandma says, what is the Bluetooth? What is Bluetooth?
Okay.
Right there.
Yes.
Everyone knows what Bluetooth is.
Hello, Grandma.
Bluetooth is in every single device. It's how we connect devices. But from a person who did not grow up with Bluetooth, they're sitting there like, why is it called Bluetooth? That doesn't make any sense. And I understand. I agree with that. Bluetooth is a weird name.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But like, or when people like, okay, here's a great one. Headphones. Mm-hmm. I love this one. Like, let's say you're selling a pair of headphones like this, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, does it work with an iPhone? Does it work with an Android? I have an Android, but I know it works with iPhone, but will it work with my Android? I was like,
it's Bluetooth.
Everything just connects with Bluetooth for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting because it's just like, it's like if you don't have an understanding of that, like it's just totally foreign.
Yeah.
So looking at, when you have like these huge age gaps, it'd be really interesting to know what kind of a conversation does Al Pacino have with his ex-girlfriend when there's that big of an age gap? Like what do you talk about?
Yeah. Like your brother who's 15, he obviously knows what Bluetooth is, and it's just second nature.
Yeah, but I guess it's like, I mean, if we're we're 29, it's like us talking to someone who's like 70 years old.
Like you can obviously connect with people who are a lot older than you, but can you like deeply connect and deeply love someone and feel like you're in the same kind of boat? Al Pacino, when was he born?
1940. Yeah.
1940.
Yeah.
So 1940, which is when the Second World War was going on, like that, like the 1900s into the present time, that kind of 100 years, there's been so much that has happened in like our own like civilization more than any time before. Like if you actually had someone in the 1600s who were 20 years apart or 40 years apart, well, there wouldn't be as big of a difference.
Well, that's correct. Yeah, his parents were around World War I. And so, if his parents were around World War I, he was through, World War I. He was through the Cold War. He was through Vietnam. Like, I mean,
you lived through a ton in the 1900s. Like so much change.
In such a different world.
Yes.
Which is just crazy. So, it's interesting to look at like how old he is, being almost 80. And it's like what he's lived on and like the things that he would be relating to and the technological advances and the big events that happened during his lifetime.
And what his childhood was like, which is
Yeah.
very foundational.
Yeah, because a lot of it, I mean, in the last 20 years is when we've had, that's like everything I can remember is basically what's happened in the last 20 years. But that would have been for him, his 60s and 70s. But that for me is like my entire life is what happened in the last 20 years. For him, it's like, through my 60s and 70s, there was some crazy crap going on with Facebook and Tesla. Let me talk about when I was 0 up to 60. And I'm like, stuff,
That's
man.
a whole other world.
Yeah, it's
Whole other
crazy.
world.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy looking at people who have these like massive age gaps. Yeah, it'd be interesting to like maybe we should have Al Pacino on and
We can ask him ourselves.
yeah,
How that went.
Mito Dohan. I don't know how to say her name. There's no way she'd come on here because I'd be like, hello, is Mital Dohan there? And they'd be like, yeah,
There's no one of that.
no
name
one here called that. But maybe we should have Al Pacino on. I'm sure he'd enjoy it.
Yep.
We can have a quick chat around.
I agree.
Tell me about your life, what you've gone through, what you've done. I know you've been a super big movie star, and I love his stuff. He's such a good actor. Like his movies are killer.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this
We're
up
gonna
because I
wrap this
feel like if we don't, we're just
gonna keep on adding some weirder.
get in there and we start talking about
But
stuff. So that's your weekend review. Big
Yeah.
stuff. We got Al Pacino, and his girlfriend broke up. We got this really cool vending machine which helps addicts in Vancouver get off of drugs, which is fantastic. We had a massive pizza that was
Made
constructed
in Italy?
somehow.
Italy?
It was Australia. Why would a restaurant in Italy create a pizza and send it to Australia?
That's what. Okay,
That,
I thought
that is 338 feet. Okay, no, it was called Pellegrini's. It is an Italian restaurant.
Okay, that's
in
what I thought.
Australia.
In Australia.
In Australia.
Okay, fine. I think you missed out in Australia.
We had a huge pizza made in Australia. That's exciting. House Hunter Thruple, big news. Didn't know that existed.
Yes, that was amazing. Now you know all the things you need to know from this last week.
Yeah. So we'll catch you later. Have a good one.